Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to TFN. Today, just one host. I know there's been a shorter videos on the channel recently, especially last week. We do apologize for that. Both me and Jimmy is busy moving, getting settled in a new place, so we just had to skip last week to get that sorted. But he will be back on the channel. The channel will be back to uploading regular content. We do apologize for that, but today we're just gonna continue where we left off, sort of just talking about the matches gone, related to both the Betway and the Premier League. Yeah, just get a lay of the land of where we are at currently in the world of football. Bit of looking ahead, but we'll do a preview show later on in the week for that. But please like the video, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you would like to see on the channel. Anything, any interaction really helps us out. The YouTube algorithm. Check out our socials. And yeah, let's get into it. So, first, we'll just talk about a bit about the Betway and where we are currently at. So, if you look, and apology, I'm looking to the left, I'm looking at my under monitor because I have the display up on there, what is displayed on the screen. But if we look at the league table, you'll see that on top, with the game in hand, as time of recording, I think they are playing against TX Galaxy as well. So after there will be two games in hand, is Sundowns. So when it comes now to Sundowns, I think they came out this weekend from a 7-4 win against Uelele, 11 goal thriller. Sorry, 11 goal thriller. I think for Sundowns, but for both teams, it really be the same. For Sundowns, could have been a massive boost to their goal difference. Because if you look at the goal difference, I think Pirates is ahead on goal difference by a bit. So those four that they conceded, even though they once scored 7, those four they conceded. If Pirates wins all the games in ends, means that Pirates then go on top on goal difference. So I think Sundowns for them, good result, but they would be a bit disappointed in continuing 4 and not building on the goals they scored to gain on that goal difference gap to Pirates. Then speaking of Pirates as well, I think 3-0 winners against Makesi. For Pirates, it's just smooth sailing, continuing to score goals, just not dropping any points at any moment until the end of the season. That is all Pirates can do right now. And just hope Sundowns does not go on a crazy goal running or goal scoring spree, as well as hoping Sundowns drop some points. But for Pirates, really, it's just about continuous. And I know the Pirate supporters, Jim as well, would be hoping that the league goes to the arena. So we'll see how that pans out going into the last week or the weeks or the last month of Betway football. Just to touch a bit on my team as well, I think 2-0 winners against Skukune. Yes, it was Skukune. 2-0 winners against Skukune. Comfortable. We really third place, pretty much. Yeah, Kaiser Chiefs the spot for the season. They Chiefs is difficult, man. Like this season definitely has been an improvement on last season. Definitely. But I think now, if we look just speaking a bit into the future for us Corsi fans, I think next season we just want a bit of more consistency, because this team can go on team started well. I think then went on a good, I think it was 5-game winning streak or something like that. Then draws and a loss in the last couple of matches before the win against Kukune. So you see, win 5, then don't win in 5. That is like because the Chiefs season has gone really, and I think if we're looking ahead for next season for Chiefs, because not really elsewhere to look for Chiefs, but yeah, just consistency, the name of the game. And then, so looking to the last couple of weeks of the Betway, I think just general feelings. If I'm looking at the league and just where South African football is at, I think it's just a massive positive to have more than one team taking it so close. Pirates taking it so close to the last day, I think. So it's really just a positive for South African football because in the last couple of years, it's really just been Sundowns. So taking it by this point of the year, the league would have already been won by Sundowns. So just a massive positive. I know it. I'm not a Kaizer Chiefs supporter, but for South African football in general, I think it's good. And hopefully Kaizer Chiefs can be in and amongst it next season as well. But we'll see where it all finishes. All right. Then going into the Premier League. We'll start off my team going up against Liverpool. Chelsea versus Liverpool, first game of the weekend. 1-1. I think it was Ryan Garabich scored a out of the box. Yeah, out of the box goal. Good goal from Garabich, and then Enzo grabbing one back. I don't know what's Chelsea has this thing against Liverpool, and it's been for the last couple of years where we just don't. I think we've beat them in the last 2 games or last 3 games, but Liverpool and Chelsea, Liverpool and a draw is just the last couple of years. If you had to bet on that, because it's always a draw. We go to penalties, then Liverpool beats us. But yeah, just talking about this game quickly. Yeah, I think Liverpool would be a bit disappointed, especially being at Anfield. They started well. That's why they got the goal. But after their goal, Chelsea really came into the game, controlling. I think the midfield battle won by Chelsea, really, especially with the wing backs of Cucurella. Cucurella was causing havoc on that left-hand side, especially in the first half. Runs behind the Liverpool defense. But yeah, Chelsea needed a win here just to claw back some points on Liverpool and claw back some points fighting for Champions League, which is looking less and less likely. Yeah, this draw is definitely better for Liverpool than it is for. Oh, draw is good for no one, but definitely not good for Chelsea because I think we stay in 9th place. We'll check in the league table, but yeah, with 2 games left in the season, disappointing end to the season really as a Chelsea supporter. I don't know. Looking forward, just talk about Chelsea for a bit. I don't know. Looking forward, who the manager is going to be, what players we're going to sign. It's all up in the air with the ownership and the Chelsea Football Club. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go for Chelsea going into next season because I do not see us playing champs. We might not even play any European football. We might do a Man United and look where United is now compared to Chelsea. So you never know. We'll see. We'll see what lies ahead for Chelsea. But yeah, 1-1 game with the Anfield could have been so much better. The next game that we go, United Sunderland, 0-0 as well. Another draw. So we started with 2 draws. I don't know. Manchester United looked so sluggish. You think United plays with the players that were playing in Europe? They looked so sluggish. I think Laman's got man of the match for this game. Just telling you who was on top. I think Sunderland were so much better than United for this game. So United lucky to come out with a draw. Apologies. Let me just open. Yeah. I think United is the lucky one to come out of the draw with this one. Sunderland played good. I didn't watch the whole match, but from what I watched, Yeah, no. Bruno Fernandes. You can see Bruno Fernandes is playing with the assist in mind because that man just wants to assist. Because Bruno usually is the midfielder that would score for you, or looks to score no matter Bruno is shooting. Nah, 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 nah. That man just wants to that man just wants to assist right now. Um, Looking for the record, and I think United could have done with him with a bit more attacking impetus, especially in terms of trying to score. But yeah, no, doesn't really hurt United too bad. They can afford to draw a game here. I think champs is pretty much, yeah, champs is confirmed for them. So yeah, they are basically on holiday for the rest of the season. I don't think there's much really to play for them right now. We'll just then go to Fulham. Quickly touch on these other games. Fulham, Bournemouth. Bournemouth 1-0. I think a goal from Ryan. Bournemouth as well, fighting for Europe, fighting for champs. Aye, the fact that I'm speaking about Bournemouth fighting for champs and not Chelsea. Yeah. Bad, bad, bad. But what can you do? Yeah, Bournemouth 1-0 uh, against mid-pack. When I think of Fulham, I think of mid-pack. Nothing special. They don't. Fulham doesn't surprise you, doesn't disappoint you. They're just mid-pack at its best. But yeah, Bournemouth really, really doing good this season. I think Areola, the manager, and looking at manager of the season if they win, or not win, if they go to champs, which I don't know how that will work with their stadium. Is the stadium not too small for Champions League? But you never know. Maybe Europa League or Conference. I think Bournemouth fans would be happy with either. Then we go to already relegated Wolves with Brighton. I think Brighton won this one 3-0. Brighton, another one. That team where you never know what you're going to get with Brighton. One day they come out, they are electric. Then another day they play very bad football. But I mean, against Wolves, with no fight left in them, the Wolves being hurt by the Seagulls. Yeah, Wolves no fight left in them. You can see they at the end of their Premier League lifespan. So Brighton with a comfortable win, really nothing much to add there other than a comfortable win. Not so, I wouldn't say comfortable, but they got it done properly at the end. City versus Brentford. I think there were goals from Haaland, Mamouche, and who scored the other one? I don't know who scored the other one. But yeah, 3-0 against Brentford. Brentford, tough opponent. I think Brentford also fighting for Europe, so they still have something to play for. So it wasn't going to be an easy game, especially City coming off the draw against Everton. They needed to bounce back and not give Arsenal more, because I think now after the game in hand, if they win tomorrow against Palace, then it's 2 points. So they could not afford for that to grow anymore. So yeah, just comfortable in the end. 3-0 win against Brentford. No goals from Brentford, but disappointing, especially for people like me who had Thiago in fantasy. But nonetheless, I think City right now just looking to bounce back, which I did against the Brentford, and continue fighting till the last day for the Premier League title, which it might not even go to the last day. You never know with Man City. Next, so this team, Newcastle, so it's Newcastle 1, Forest 1. Sorry, I keep eating the mic. Sorry, chat. Getting used to the mic arm here in my way. Newcastle, so disappointing. I have a bit of a soft spot for Newcastle. But yeah, so disappointing, man. This season, I think they've dropped the most points from scoring first. I think Harvey Barnes scored first before. I don't remember. I'm not sure who scored for Forest. I don't know if it was Chris Wood or I'm not too sure. But yeah, 1-1. Disappointing from Newcastle this season. I don't know. I don't know if they stick with Eddie Howe. I would not stick with Eddie Howe. I think it's time for something new at Newcastle. The Saudi money needs to get a new coach in, some fresh ideas, because they have good players. Newcastle is not a team that's supposed to be sitting where they're sitting. They're supposed to be where the Brentfords and the Bournemouths are fighting for champs. I think that's where Newcastle is supposed to be. But yeah, disappointing season from them. Forest, I think, confirmed confirmed Premier League football for next season again. I think it's only West Ham and Spurs that can still go down. So yeah, I think for Forest it's just about being happy that they've missed relegation or missed the drop. Hopefully for them they would go back to the form that they had last season, because I think last season they were pretty good and going to the drop this season. But yeah, 1-1, a lot of draws. Not a lot, but a few draws this week in the Prem. Another draw, Palace versus Everton, 2-2. So Palace double game week, obviously. Playing City, they playing City with that game in hand. I had 3 Palace players um, in my squad for fantasy. And when they conceded 2 goals, I just so disappointing. But Palace, yeah, I don't know. Palace also very wishy-washy team. I think the manager, what's the manager's name for Palace? I'm not gonna think of that, but yeah, manager, I believe, leaving next season. Everton, brilliant season from Everton. I think the Hill Dickinson is pumping a good vibe in the stadium, because I know the Everton fans have not been happy. I know this game wasn't an Everton, but just speaking generals now, yeah. I know this game wasn't at Everton Stadium, but I think Everton just a good vibe around the club recently. Good vibe at the ground. The fans aren't so gloomy, or the clouds aren't so gloomy around Everton. Also fighting for Europe, so they would have been disappointed with a draw. I think if you look at the 2 teams, I think they would have been the favorites to go and win against Palace. But yeah, a draw in this match. Next, Villa and Burnley, 2-2. Now you see, this is when I come back to Chelsea. This is where Aston Villa have had so many chances of giving the clubs like Chelsea so many chances to catch them up in the league table. Look, like Villa drawing, Chelsea could have capitalized, but as well, Villa also not capitalizing. I think Villa and Unai Emery completely just looking ahead to the what are they playing? Europa League. Yeah, Europa League final. Unai Emery's tournament, really. I think he's won the most with, especially with Sevilla. He'll be looking to win it again with that nice comeback that they had against Forest to get to the final. One thing we know about Emery is he's going to sacrifice the league for the for the Europa League. You can ask Arsenal fans about that. He wants, I think that season he sacrificed for the Europa. Then Chelsea beat them, and then they dropped now to the top 4. And that's why he was sacked. I believe he was. I think he was sacked that season. But yeah. Again, apology if I keep looking at that. I have the scores up here on my second monitor. But where is my water? Yeah, no, Villa. Yeah, I think for Villa it's a bit of a dead rubber situation for Villa. Yeah, I think, like I said, Emery is just fully going for Europa League. And yeah, Burnley, I think, just happy to score goals. I think the Burnley fans were just happy that their team got a point, even though they're going down already. Then we head over. Apologies. Yeah, this thing of just being in me, I speak a lot more, and my voice, gets dry a lot when I speak so much, because I'm not used to speaking as much. But yeah, Arsenal versus West Ham 1-0. This game, I know there was a lot of controversy in this game. With I think because of the corners, I didn't watch this one. I think it was with the corners. Arsenal or West Ham rather. Arsenal got a foul in the box when West Ham were looking to score. The ref called it, and I think the discourse, especially on X or Twitter or just on social in general, is around how Arsenal this season, if you remember back, like how Arsenal players and would be grabbing onto opposition defenders, and how Arsenal would make it ugly in the box, and now for them to get this call for them as well. I think that's where the beef is rather with all the opposition fans. But Arsenal fans, really, I think they don't give a damn as long as their team wins the league at the end of the season, which I think they now are complete favorites. I just don't see them dropping points in the remaining games. I think they must still have to play Burnley and Palace. Palace last game of the season, I believe. So I think for Arsenal, it's really not playing pretty. Definitely not playing pretty. Especially they have the Champs final also to look ahead to. But I think for them, it's just about getting it over the line, no matter what, no matter how it looks. Because once you win it, no one cares. No one cares about how you done it. So I think for them, it's just getting it done. So yeah, and the Gunners fans are already annoying on social media. So if they win the double, I think everyone, if you're not an Arsenal fan, get off socials. Those fans are gonna be a lot. Then a bit of a relegation scrap for the last game, I think, yeah, on Monday. So yesterday, on day of recording, yesterday, 1-1. It's being Spurs scored first with Mateus Tal. Then he conceded a penalty to make it 1-1. I think, especially with West Ham. Did West Ham lose? No, yeah, West Ham lost to Arsenal. I think if Spurs had getting that 1-0 win would have been massive. Because I think now the points, if we look, yeah, let's jump into the league table. If you look at the points, 2 points in it for Spurs. I think West Ham need to play Newcastle and someone else, and I think Spurs has definitely the tough of the two games, of the two remaining games. But that win would have been major for Spurs. But it's definitely been an improvement if you're a Spurs fan. Be a bit more optimistic. You can be a bit more optimistic with your chance of staying up, because I think the Zerbi has been, of all the coaches, many coaches they had this season. I can't speak like that. Chelsea have also had many coaches this season, but yeah, the Zerbi definitely looks like the right choice. I think he'll keep them up. I think he will. He'll be a positive for them next season if they stay in the Prem. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think Spurs, if they win one more game, I think it makes it almost impossible for. Well, in the way, if they win one of the two games, I think it makes it almost impossible for West Ham. West Ham would need to win both their matches, and I just don't see West Ham doing that. So Spurs would be a bit more optimistic with how things are looking, because it's only between those two clubs really on who can go down. And then looking to the top, we have Arsenal, obviously a game in hand over City. If City wins their game in hand against Palace, then the cap would be 2 points. I don't know. Tell me in the comments, do you guys think this Premier League season is going to the last day, or you think Arsenal will win it before the last day? Because I think that draw. I think it was a draw. That's it. Yeah, it's the draw against Everton. I think it ended City's chances. They almost lost that game against Everton. But yeah, I think this one is Arsenal's to take really. I would not be surprised or if they do lose it, I think it will be bottle job of the century, but I just don't see it happening. I think they're comfortable in that. And then obviously you got United and Liverpool, 3 and 4. I think Liverpool one more win, and I think they'd confirm champs also. Then Villa, no, yeah, Villa in fifth, Bournemouth in sixth. Bournemouth currently in Europa position with Villa in fifth. I think if Villa wins Europa, and if Villa wins the Europa League, they will qualify through winning Europa League, and sixth place, meaning Bournemouth, will then play in the champs. Imagine Bournemouth in the champs. That would be crazy. But I think it'll be good to see just someone like that in the champs. I think it'll be so nice. They might get hammered by every team, but I think it'll be amazing. I don't know where they're gonna play though. I think maybe the stadium. From what I remember, Bournemouth can't. The stadium is too small for champs, but we'll see how that goes. Chelsea sitting in ninth place, I believe. Trash. And yeah, the rest of the league table, nothing really exciting to talk about. I think a lot of the teams, a lot of the players, just looking to get out of the season with no injuries, looking ahead to the World Cup in USA, Canada, and Mexico. But yeah, I think that'll do it for those videos. I think it was just more just to get back into the swing of things. Like I said, Jim will be back on the channel shortly. He's just busy getting his setup ready and everything at his new place. Yeah, more content. So please follow us on all socials. More content coming on YouTube. The grinder is fast approaching, especially with the World Cup. So there will always be football to react to. So please like, share, and subscribe. We're looking to build something big in South Africa. Yeah, this has been Caden checking out. Peace.